Hey everyone, it's Pokillennial, and today I'm going to show you how I seal and display my Pokemon collection, from singles to sealed product and lots of other things. And I'll put some of the links in the description below for you to check out. None of it is referral or an ad or anything, but I would appreciate a like. Let's start with booster boxes. This is the one that I use. It's the Ultra Pro booster box display by Ultra Pro. And Ultra Pro obviously is a really well-trusted brand in the community. It has a magnetic lid, it's UV protected, it's overall just a really high quality display case to have for your booster boxes. I will say there is a different size one if you're doing the more vintage sets and ones that were made by Wizards of the Coast. So make sure you're getting the right one if you are doing that. It's basically a perfect fit. It doesn't wiggle around at all, which is nice to know that it's always going to be secure inside it. Ultra Pro sells these for around $50 each, which is a little bit of a premium if you ask me. So I use a small shop that I found just by searching online called Smoke and Mirrors Hobby Shop. They're based in New York, and they sometimes sell them for anywhere between like $25 and $30. So I'll put a link to their website in the description. Now for booster packs, just a quick flex here on my art set that I collected of base set, but these are actually ones that I found online that are custom made by a small company, and I also have one from Ultra Pro. So I'm going to show the custom one first, and then you can kind of decide which one you like better. So these are made by a small company called Central Trading Card Company that I, again, just found online, and they're perfect fit for booster packs. And this pretty much is all generations as far as I can tell. It just gives it a really perfect fit and doesn't wiggle around, which I really like. It also has a magnetic lid on top. It's not the most secure, I'll say, and you can see it is a little hard sometimes to get in there, but it feels safe enough, and I really like them looking like they're a perfect fit. On the other hand, though, these are the ones made by Ultra Pro. These are the one-touch booster packs. So it is a magnetic clasp, which is really nice. It seals nicely, and you just kind of insert the bottom there and it clicks in. I just don't like it as much because it lets the pack wiggle around. I will say it is a much better fit for Japanese packs, though, if you collect Japanese sets. I'll put a link to Central Trading Card Company's website in the description. They're a small group, so help them out. Now on to Japanese sets. So I don't really collect a lot of Japanese sets, I'll be honest. I did chip the box there. That was my fault, not one by the actual creator of the acrylic case. But this is a perfect size acrylic case for Japanese packs. I'm pretty sure this is like exactly what it's made for. I just got this off of eBay, honestly, and it's fine. It's not magnetic seal or anything, but it stands up nice, and it protects it enough, so good enough. So next up are theme decks, and this is one that I have still sealed, my vintage Misty Gym Heroes theme deck. So these were a little bit harder to find acrylics for. To be honest, I'm not really sure who makes them. I found them on eBay again in a deal for a discount of buying 5 or so. They are magnetic clasps, which I do really like. One thing I will say about this one in particular is that it is kind of hard to get it to seal. Again, I don't know really if that comes from it seems like, small manufacturer. These aren't made by Ultra Pro or anything like that, so it's a little rocky, but once it's closed, it looks great. And I think one of my favorite things about it is that it is kind of standing up. It kind of has those feet on the bottom, and so it looks nice when it's being on display. And like I said, I got these in a discounted bulk sort of deal just by looking online, and so I'll post the link to that same person I bought them from in the description below. Sometimes, though, I like to display the cards just on their own. They are art after all, right? So I have 3 different ones that I've tried, and I want to walk through all of them. So this is the smallest one by Ultra Pro. I honestly forget what it's called, but I will find out and put it in the description below for you to check out. But this really just fits the card perfectly. The card, I will flag, also isn't a perfect fit sleeve, so you can have a sleeve around it and it'll still fit nicely. This one is my favorite, though. This is sort of the middle tier one, and it just kind of feels a little bit better to me. I like that it's really minimal. It doesn't have like the magnetic seal look to it, the little button kind of thing at the top. I will say I did kind of screw up that closure, and it can kind of slide around sometimes. So it's not for everyone, but this is the Ultra Pro One Touch, which is sort of, I guess, the standard for cards. I actually have tried it without the perfect fit sleeve on the card, and it kind of wiggles around like a PSA card, a card would in a PSA case. So I'd recommend putting a perfect fit sleeve around the card first before putting it in a One Touch. But otherwise, these are really solid options, and the ones by Ultra Pro are of course UV protected, so you can feel safe that your cards that are on display aren't going to get a lot of like yellowing damage or anything like that if they're occasionally touched by the sunlight. So what do you do if you want to collect more modern sets that maybe don't necessarily require a acrylic seal yet? So what I normally do is I just store them inside of an ETB box. They kind of fit perfectly in this way. You can see these are ones that I have from Shining Fates, and I want to show you the actual sleeve that I have that goes around the booster pack. As you can see, it's a really, really tight fit. It looks really good compared to a lot of ones that I've seen from Ultra Pro and other ones that folks use. And I got these from Etsy, actually. They took a long time to deliver. I didn't realize until after I ordered that they came from Germany. I'm not sure if there are equivalent ones in the US, but I got a bunch of them, and it's really been one of the best purchases I ever got. They fit so perfectly around every single size booster pack. And yeah, they're fantastic, and like I said, they fit in an ETB, and that's kind of how I store the modern ones that I have. Now, for sending cards to PSA or other grading companies, you need a semi-rigid sleeve. These are ones from Ultra Pro. I want to actually show you really quick, though, that there are different sizes of semi-rigid sleeves. These are ones I just got on Amazon, and honestly, they're unbranded and perfectly fine. They were pretty cheap, so I'll post a link to these in the description below for you to check out. But they do just as good as any other one, I would say. And again, for the size comparison, this is the one from the box that I just showed, and this is the smaller one that Ultra Pro sells. I'm not really sure why you would send it in the smaller one. There's a lot more potential for it to hit a corner or something, in my opinion, but to each their own, I guess. And now I'm going to go over the different sleeves. So obviously the Ultra Pro penny sleeves are just the classic. I mean, they fit so many different kinds of cards, sports cards, Pokemon cards, Magic, whatever. And they're great, but I really prefer perfect fit sleeves. And I know that's kind of a personal preference, but these ones are great. I know a lot of people don't like them because it feels like you have to really force the card to get in them. These ones are just perfect. They have just enough room to not be forcing a card inside of them, and I love them. So I'm going to show with this Pikachu card the way that both of them look around a card. This is the perfect fit sleeve, and you can see it slides in really easily. There's not really a push, and you can see there's room around the corners and at the bottom, so it's not like the bottom of the card is going to be touching, you know, the floor or the container or anything like that. So I really like these perfect fit ones. I always get those from Amazon, so I'll post a link in the description below, as I always do. And these are the classic penny sleeves, which, you know, everyone knows at this point, and they're great. They get the job done. I just don't really like how they wiggle around, and also they're just kind of low quality in my opinion. And I just got these display stands from Amazon. I will put a link in the description for them below. But yeah, I mean, they're great. They're really simple, clear plastic, and they don't really distract from the card itself, which I really appreciate, because the card should always be the star. So yeah, like I said, this fits the card perfectly. It doesn't pop up behind or anything like that. It also fits the cases for the cards just by themselves, like the One Touch and all the other ones that I just went over. It's even large enough to hold booster cases like this one. So the One Touch by Ultra Pro booster case, or this one from the custom shop that I mentioned as well. And you can trust that it will also hold PSA and CGC and any other slab like that. So it's always nice to display your collection. And yeah, these are great and really cheap. So that covers it. Hope you all enjoyed it, and please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you liked any of these, or if you have any better product recommendations. Really appreciate it. Thanks, y'all.